ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thank you very much. Hi, Bill Wendell. Hello, friends.
Listen for a minute. Listen.
Now, if our theme song sounds a little different, a little strange to you today, it's because it was especially recorded for us by a new kind of electronic musical instrument called a Moog synthesizer. Now, this is a Moog synthesizer, right to my left, and we will try to find out more about it from its inventor, who is our first guest here on To Tell the Truth. Meanwhile, let's whistle up a panel. Here we go.
Bill Collins. Peggy Cass. Alan Rudd. And Kitty Carlisle.
Well, as you probably know, panel, the Moog synthesizer, which I mentioned earlier, the Moog synthesizer was indeed named for its inventor. And we have him here today. Let us meet Mr. Robert Synthesizer.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Robert Moog.
Number two.
My name is Robert Moog.
Number three.
My name is Robert Moog.
And here is the story of Robert Moog and his synthesizer. It says, I, Robert Moog, am the creator of the modern electronic musical instrument that bears my name, the Moog synthesizer. The only thing about it that looks like a musical instrument is a keyboard. However, as you heard earlier, my synthesizer doesn't sound like a piano or an accordion. Its system of generators, modifiers, and controllers can produce an amazing variety of sounds, from reasonable facsimiles of standard musical instruments to bird calls and weird otherworldly noises evocative of a trip through outer space. The synthesizer was used for part in the music in the film Clockwork Orange. The Beatles and the Rolling Stones have sung to Moog accompaniment, and the record of Switched On Bach, made entirely on a Moog synthesizer, sold 700,000 copies. I guess you might say that I was born to invent what has been called the computer with a keyboard. My mother was a pianist, my father an electrical engineer. Signed, Robert Moog. And I bet you a lot of you are finding out for the first time today that it's not pronounced Moog, which is the way it's spelled, M-O-O-G. I have it from the gentleman's mouth that it is spelled Moog. And we'll be right back after this commercial. Now, friends, we have with us three gentlemen, all of them claiming to be Robert Moog, creator of the Moog synthesizer, an electronic musical instrument. And we'll start the questioning with the panelists whose voice, I doubt, could be reproduced by any kind of machine. Miss Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number three, do you know the real name of P.D.Q. Bach?
No, I don't.
Does P.D.Q. Bach use your synthesizer?
I don't know.
Thank you. Number one, have any modern composers used your Moog synthesizer in composing modern works that, for instance, would be conducted by Mr. Boulez?
It hasn't been done to my knowledge. I know there are composers such as John Cage who do it, but I think you'll find him under the toadstool.
Under the toadstool?
He grows mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, right, you're right. Number two, which of the Beatles ever did, when was your machine used for the instrument, used for the Beatles?
The Beatles used my synthesizer for Abbey Road. That was an album, one of the last albums they did.
But which cuts?
They used the third and fourth, I believe.
Well, do you know the name of those?
That buzzer came, and we're going on to Alan.
That sound we hear in the Shaft theme, number two, that sound we hear in the Shaft, wow, 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 is that a synthesizer?
Yes, it is.
Do they ever attach it to a guitar?
You can attach it to any kind of amplification system. Basically, the signal output from this unit can be attached to anything, any kind of speaker.
Number 3, when you play the music written for a synthesizer, do you regular musical notes like C, D, E, and that sort of thing?
Yes, you can do that.
You can?
Yes.
Do you play sharps and flats?
Yes.
What is the oscillator bank, number 1? What is the oscillator bank on this unit here?
I think the easiest way of describing it is say it vibrates. You have a trill or something that changes your movement.
The trim is at number 2.
Thank you, Alan Ludden. Let's go to
But that's
Kitty.
the rudest sound I ever heard.
It's most extraordinary. Yes, you will.
Just like
Number 3. Do you know who began to play musical works with electronic devices? Pianist, composer?
Who the first one was?
Yeah.
To
Use electronic
Yeah,
instruments?
yeah.
I can't tell you who the first one is. That's a long time ago.
I see. Number 2, what possessed you to do this kind of a thing?
The idea of a synthesizer had been invented by RCA, and I was particularly intrigued by the electronics. I had been experimenting with theremin and other kinds of musical instruments.
That's right.
Just one thing led to the other.
I see. And number 1, what is the range of this thing?
Actually, the range depends upon the model. You see before you a mini mod. If we
Yeah.
go into console models, which are quite expensive, and the range is really infinitesimal as far as the human ear and beyond.
And we go on down to
Infinitesimal,
Bill Cullen.
Number 1, you mentioned this was a mini model. And then we are to assume there are more elaborate versions of the synthesizer. Is that right?
Oh, yes. This is something new in our line, which if we can only bring it down even further, we'll get it into the home where they can afford it.
Number 2, the theremin has long been listed in the local 802 directory of musicians. That's musicians local here in New York. And the theremin had exactly 2 people who were qualified in their estimation to play it. How many are there? Is there a listing yet for the synthesizer?
We have a problem because 802 had disqualified my synthesizer when it first came on the market, and it's only been in the last 3 years that it has been accepted as a musical instrument, but there's no qualification. 802 accepts it as a musical.
Hey, there's the musical sound of our ding-dong bell. Cuts off any further questioning panel. If you haven't learned now, you're never going to learn. You have to mark your ballots. And what do we think? Is it number 1, or is it number 2, or is it number... You know that we pay to our team of challengers $50 for each wrong vote, $500 if all the votes are wrong. And Peggy starts, please.
Well, I was going to vote for 1, and then he told me more than I really cared to know. So I did not vote for him. Besides, it wouldn't get infinitesimal as it got bigger. It would get infinite, so I had to scratch you. And who cares if John Cage raises mushrooms? Number 3, I don't know why I didn't vote for you, because you're very solemn, I'm sure you're musical. But number 2, looks like that, well, you know, he's absolutely a product of genetics, of a piano player and an engineer, so I voted for him.
All righty, we got 1 genetic vote for number 2. Alan
Well,
Ludden.
you were so persuasive. If I hadn't already voted for 2, I would have. But I think he just had more authority. He had theremin. He knew about theremin, and he said my synthesizer.
I thought it was a vitamin.
I've got a pair of 2 show it, and Kitty.
I think we're wrong. Number 1 is smiling very happily. I also voted for number 2.
No, we're not wrong.
So we have a large trend shaping up. William Cullen, are you going to throw your lot in with the bunch, or are you going to be a rugged individualist? What? 2. Everybody seems to know a Robert Moog when he sees one. The votes are in. Will the real Robert Moog please stand up, sir? There is... Good job, gentlemen.
I thought he was the worst.
Excellent shot. You have skunked our panel. $500 worth. Let's find out who this tough team is. Number 1, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
I am Cameron K. Weringer. I'm an attorney in private practice here in Manhattan.
Genetically ideal number 2. What is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Dan Lavery, and I'm the general manager of the Vigitech division of Dymo Industries.
I hear that. Well, having with us a Moog synthesizer and a Mr. Moog, it seems only fitting that we should have a demonstration, which I'm sure I will not understand, but we'll try.
Oh, good.
Bob, want to meet us here?
I cannot believe it. It's him.
Now, obviously, this takes a combination of someone who can play the piano and somebody who understands the synthesizer, right?
Yeah, you you have to know what each of these controls means here. Each one affects one property of the sound. That's why it's called a synthesizer, because it puts together sound out of its individual parts.
So what did you do? Take one note and monkey with it for us? Excuse the phrase monkey.
Sure. We begin here with an oscillator which generates the tone. Select the range. Select the waveform. Combine tones. And then shape them with a filter, which determines how much overtone content you have. Or like this. Here's another way of shaping. This is much more rapid now.
That's the sound. That's the chef.
Okay.
Can you give us a demonstration of the white sound?
Yeah. White sound that has no pitch at all. Here's white sound. And here it is with a little pitch that I can put on it.
But you can play a tune with that?
Sure.
Bad whistler. It's a horse.
And I can glide with the keyboard, which is another popular effect. Shut the noise off.
That would drive.
Good fun. Bob, thank you very much. This is Bob Moog, and thank you, gentlemen. Magnificent job. Thank you.